tea on me. Who is this? Who is this? All I was trying to do was just commit adultery in peace. And here goes somebody recording me. What is going on? What's happening? All right, here's the BFF chat. I said, we're meeting at a hotel tonight. Sib said, a hotel? And I said, it's really bad, isn't it? Bad said, it's only really bad if you don't show us everything that happens. I said, how perverted are you? Sib said, very. And he said, you can't expect us to support you if we're not going to get front row seats. I said, fine. I'll give you a minute-by-minute account if it makes you happy. And Sib said, what time do you want me to come over and look after the kids? I'll bring my overnight bag. And I said 7. And she said, cutting it fine, babe. I'll be there ASAP. Okay. I text her at 5:42 telling her to come at 7. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, here go Kat. Kat, I'm about to take your man on a date. She said, I'm so confused. He took me for a late lunch and then said he was tired and needed to go. Hey, have you spoken to Dom tonight? I said, no. Why would I speak to Dom? And she said, escape room wasn't that tiring. I said, I don't know. Sorry. Why don't you ask him? And she said, I might just do that. Okay. Whatever, Kat. I'm about to steal your man, girl. I'm about to steal your man. All right, here goes Sib. I said, hey, honey, you nearly here? She said, literally 2 minutes away. I said, text me when you're here so you don't wake Ralph. And she said, here. Okay. Okay, here goes Leo. He said, hey, Nugget, what you up to? I said, just doing the ironing. How did it go with the suppliers? He said, smashed it. I made a cushy little deal on some new motors. Okay. Good for you. I said, ooh, I like it. Well done. He said, how are the kids? I said, all tucked up in bed. He said, give them a kiss for me. I hope you're having a relaxing evening. If you fancy a takeaway, just use the joint account. I said, thank you. I might just do that. Are you going out for dinner? And he said, yeah, I'm meeting with Mr. Varma at a new place on Broad Street. I said, have a nice time. He said, it's just business, but I'm looking forward to the 3 courses. And I said, knock yourself out. And he said, LOL, speak in the morning. Leo, get off my phone. I'm going to have a date. I'm going on a date. I ain't got time for you. Okay, here's Dom. He said, I'm nearly at the hotel. Are you on your way? I said, just got off the train. I'll be there really soon. He said, are you feeling okay about this? And I said, sort of. And he said, that doesn't fill me with confidence. I said, are you feeling okay? And he said, sort of. I said, that's not a good start. I think I need to call Baz and Sib quickly. And he said, so you can find a reason not to come? I said, I just heard from Leo. And he said, as he put doubts in your mind, please don't stand me up, Sarah. Are we gonna stand up, Dom? What's going on here? Okay, here's the BFF chat. I said, guys, I'm nearly at the hotel and I think I should just turn back. I thought the 2 glasses of wine I had before I left would give me some Dutch courage, but I don't think I can go through with this. And Baz said, oh, babe, Sib, can you jump on a call with us? And Sib said, 1 sec. Y'all, what is going on here?
Hi.
Sarah, I've been calling you for ages. Where are you? What's going on?
I'm literally just from home from the hotel.
You haven't gone in. That's good. Let me try and add Sib to the call as well. 1 sec.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey guys, it's Sarah. Hey Baz, what's going on?
Guys, I really don't know if I can do this now that I'm here.
Well, it's not every day you decide to have an affair with your brother-in-law, is it?
But okay, let me understand. What has changed since earlier?
Everything. I'm here doing this while you're looking after my kids and behaving like a fucking God knows what. And he was away working hard trying to make money.
Look, stop. Sarah, if this is not what you want, then turn back and come back home. Look, we all know women who have had affairs and it means nothing to them, but I don't think you're that type of woman, Sarah.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That's what I'm doing. I'm having a fucking affair.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, don't judge yourself that much, okay? This is just a word.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, I didn't even think about it like before. But that's the reality, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that is the reality. It's very simple. It's more than a word, yeah? And this isn't just some random guy that she's met on a dating app. This is Dom, this is her brother-in-law.
I know, but you know, if it was any other guy, maybe it was going to be easier. But it's Dom. It's not gonna be easy.
No, Sib, that's the thing. It makes it easier that it's him. I can't explain it.
Maybe it makes it easier because this is the brother that you should have ended up with in the first place. You shouldn't be with Leo. Maybe you should be with Dom.
I don't know, Baz. You know what? I just want to live in the fucking moment for once in my life. I feel like someone actually gives a crap about me.
Go and meet him. It's something that you're craving to do. Like, just go with it, you know?
Maybe just do what makes you happy for once rather than thinking about Leo or the kids or even us.
And Sarah, look, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You are going to spend time together, working out what's happening between you two. You don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I just want something to happen.
So, what do you mean? Is that why you're at the hotel? Are you planning on sleeping with him?
Baz, that's all I can think about.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
guys, I don't know if I can do this, because I know if I go there, if I do that, then that's it. There's no going back from this.
It's something you're gonna have to be prepared for, you know?
Sip's right.
For this feeling.
Sarah, you okay?
Yeah, I think I know what I should do, Baz. I better go. I'll catch you later.
Bye. Let us know, okay?
We're supporting you either way. Yeah?
Thanks, bro.
Okay. Good luck.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.
Sarah gonna have to make a decision. She gonna have to make a decision. I'm sick of it. I said, thanks for the talk. I know what I'm gonna do. And Sip said, are you there? Can you see him? Maybe. It's loading. Okay, hold on, y'all. Oh, shoot. Y'all, he got flowers.
Guys, I just got to the hotel. There he is. Does this really mean how we're really doing this? Oh, look, he's put flowers. He's so sweet. Oh, he looks so nervous.
So go in there. Why is she recording him from outside the club? Girl, go in there. Baz said, what's happening? Can we get an update? And she said, give me a chance. We're in the hotel bar. Okay, she did go in, y'all. Baz said, has he put the moves on you yet? I said, no, he's being a total gent. And Baz said, yawn. I said, I feel so bad. And Sip said, yet so good. I said, no, guilty. But he makes me laugh so much. It's easy to forget how wrong this really is. And Sip said, I hear you, babe. I said, he's at the bar talking to the barman, and all I want to do is be alone with him. I'm not sure how much longer I can wait. Being on a date like this with your brother-in-law is insane. It's insane. Like, you in the same city as everybody that you know, and you on a date with this man like you not married. That's crazy. I mean, I know I've been rooting for Sarah to do this the whole time, but just like the whole situation when you think about it is wild. Like, this is a wild situation. Baz said, well, that vid just woke up little Baz. Sue said, it's not about you. It ain't about you tonight. Baz said, Dom is such a raw force. Hashtag snake hips. I said, how are the kids, Sib? And she said, they're fast asleep. Stop worrying. I said, I can't help but worry. I've never been away from them overnight. Give them a big kiss and tell them mommy loves them. And Sib said, they know. I said, but we're having the best time. It feels so easy. I can tell him anything. Baz said, what's happening now? Baz said, oh, babe, I'm glad he's giving you the attention you deserve. I said, he makes me feel so wanted. He's just gone to the toilet. I can't text for long. And Sib said, I don't know how you can control yourself. I would have ripped his clothes off soon as I saw him. Baz said, I know, right? One look in those dark, intense eyes and I'd be a goner. I said, my heart's beating overtime. He's been touching my hand and leg. I keep getting those tingles. I think he wants to go upstairs to the room soon. Sib said, okay, well, do you feel ready? I said, I think so, yes. But how can I just have sex with him? I've only ever slept with Leo, and this is Dom. It's so effing wrong. What if I'm bad in bed? What if this is the worst mistake of my life? And Baz said, what if, what if, what if? Where would we be if we lived on what ifs? Listen, that's a word. That is a word, Baz. Sib said, do you want to sleep with him? I said, so much. I've never had this feeling before. I can't handle it. Sib said, yes, you can if you want it. And I said, I do. And Baz said, then go to the room and enjoy every minute. You may never get this chance again, so live in the moment for once in your life. My friends are encouraging me to commit adultery. And like, I'm saying like, nah, I don't think I should. And they like, do it, do it, do it. I said, you're right. There's no going back now. Baz said, are you in the room yet, Jonesy? You got to give us the guided tour, babe. Right. You got to give us some details. And Sib said, give him a chance, Baz. And Baz said, I just want to check if she's okay, Sib. And Sib said, she's with Dom and she's safe, so stop worrying. Baz said, I do worry, though. It's so dangerous. I don't like this radio silence. I mean, what if someone sees them? And Sib said, you were all enthusiastic earlier. We did just stop messaging. Yeah, we did. I did just go radio silent. That's crazy. I think something happened, y'all. I don't know. I think something happened. Okay, here go Poppy. Walking through the city tonight, I feel a cold breeze, and it chills me deep inside. I sense something is wrong. The trees sway. My heart beats. Secrets burn like fire in the distance, but I am only a moment away. Okay. Okay, y'all, Leo sent me an email. Hold on. Leo emailed me and said, hey, Nugget, was going through my emails, and guess what I found? I want us to be back in this place. I think we are deep down, aren't we? Love you. Okay. This is from Sarah Jones, so I assume this was before I married Leo. So yeah, I'm gonna read the bottom message first. Sarah, sometimes I can't believe how lucky I am to have met you, the love of my life, so early in my life that I get to not waste a second more without you in it. You're my everything, Sarah. You make me feel free to be anyone and anything I can dream of. You make me soar. You make me want to grow up because I can't wait for every day of building a life with you. You make every day exciting, and you make me feel like I'm the man I want to be. Anyways, sometimes you just want to say more than you can fit in a text, you know? Guess if this were olden times, this would be a letter. Haha. Love you, Nugget. Okay, and then I replied back and I said, I feel exactly the same. You make me feel safe and grounded and excited about the future and everything we're going to do. I love every minute of being with you, and the fact that there are more to come is just the best feeling in the world. Love you. Well, this is cute. This is cute. You know, when you first fall in love with somebody, them be the best moments. Them be the best times. And then you find out they trash. You find out they trash, and then, you know, all bets are off. All right, y'all, we in the best friend group chat. Remember, Baz is worried about me because I ain't been texting. And Sib said, you all enthusiastic earlier talking about Baz. Baz said, that was before my mind started ticking over. Sib said, they're being careful. Who would even know that they're there? Baz said, I just want to hear they're in the room with the door closed and everything is fine. Why isn't she texting back? And Sib said, just be patient. She can't keep texting us with Dom there. It's a total passion killer. Plus, she's got to be discreet. Baz said, do you think he'd be angry if he knew Sarah was telling us everything? And Sib said, I don't think he'd be angry, but it could make him panic. And Baz said, why? He signed up for it. And Sib said, think about it, Baz. The more people that know and have proof, the harder it is for them to continue this. And Baz said, yeah, that's true. And Sib said, now I'm starting to panic. Right, because it's been like a couple hours at this point. Baz said, why isn't she texting back? And Sib said, maybe she's just busy having the best sex of her life. And Baz said, already? No foreplay? Dom's not that rough and ready, surely. Something don't feel right. And Sib said, yeah, I know. Okay, y'all, here I am. I said, hi guys, sorry for the delay and worrying you. We were just settling in. Sending you a sneak peek of the room now. Y'all, this is a complete sidebar, and I acknowledge that this has nothing to do with the story, but it is one of my biggest pet peeves that I see on the internet and on social media and everywhere. And it's happening right now in this story, and it just triggered, it's triggering me right now. When you say sneak peek, when you're saying I'm giving you a sneak peek of something, peek is P-E-E-K. It's not P-E-A-K. You're peeking like you're looking at something, right? You're sneaking to look at something. That's a peek, a P-E-E-K. That's a peek. P-E-A-K is like the top of something, like peak of a mountain or something like that. That's not the right word, and I see it all the time. People make that same mistake all the time on social media, and it drives me nuts. And Sarah just did it here. So y'all, peek, P-E-E-K, P-E-E-K, P-E-E-K. That's all. Okay, rant over.
Guys, so Dom's just gone out to get champagne, but check out the room. It's like so amazing. The bathroom, look at the mirrors. I don't even know if I deserve all of this. He's been like super amazing. He's like literally thought of everything. Hey guys! I don't know if you can see this, but there's like strawberries and chocolate. I'm just gonna stuff my face with some chocolate now. Wish you were here, guys. Actually, no, I don't.
Why would Dom have strawberries in the room but not the champagne? Why would he have the strawberries already set up but not have the champagne? Bass said that was close. He nearly saw her filming. Guess it's a bit weird us wanting to see everything, LOL. Siv said it is, but she's our best friend. And I don't think we'll get to see everything. There's channels for that. And Bass said, it's his accent that gets me. Siv said, tell me about it. Bass said, so where's DJ Dominatrix hiding then? I said, freshening up. And Bass said, give us a look. Pop open that champagne, girl. Right. I said, OMG, I need to tell you, when we kissed outside the room before we got in, he pushed me against the wall and it was so intense. Bass said, I bet. I said, my heart was beating so fast. He can be so gentle but so passionate at the same time. I feel so swept up in him. I just can't help myself. Shoot, he's coming out the bathroom. Gotta go. And Siv said, oh my God, someone's at the front door. And Bass said, at Sarah's place? Siv said, yes. And Bass said, who is it? And Siv said, I have no idea. Sarah, text back, babe. They won't go away. The kids are sleeping. It's gonna wake them up and they'll know that I'm here. And Bass said, go answer it. And Siv said, how am I supposed to explain where Sarah is? I'm gonna sneak in the front room. And Bass said, oh God, this is awful. Siv said, it's Miss Fitzgerald. And Bass said, WCF, did she see you? And Siv said, no, I don't think so. Oh, shoot.
Guys, Dom is so sexy. I can't keep my eyes off him. This one's you, Bass.
Girl.
Hey, babe. You haven't opened that champagne yet. How about I drink it off you instead?
A bit presumptuous.
Girl, Sarah, I get it, but we got a crisis right now, sis. She said, hi, I'm so sorry. My phone was on silent. Is she still there? Siv said, she just left, thank God. I said, what's she doing calling at this time? Siv said, it's cool. If she asks you, just tell her you were in bed. I said, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, Siv. And Siv said, don't worry. Now my mother-in-law trying to block my blessings with her other son. Girl, who do you think you are? Okay, here's Mama Fitz, my mother-in-law. She was just at my door. She said, hello, Sarah, darling. I just called by at your house with a bottle of wine. I thought I'd keep you company while Leo is away and was going to offer to stay over and help look after the children. Why would she be doing that at 10:30 p.m.? Why wouldn't she come over earlier than that? Okay, it's fine. The lights were all on, but no one answered the door. Maybe you're asleep, but I thought you'd be watching your favorite TV show. I know it's late, but the truth is I needed to see you to talk about something really important. I've had Kat on the phone upset because Dominic canceled their plans. I'm really worried he's up to his old tricks again. Please text me back when you get this. They in Dom's business too much. And also, why do they keep coming to Sarah, to us, right, about Dom? Like, why do they keep doing that? I mean, they did allude to the fact that maybe Sarah, Dom, and Leo were all close before Leo and me got married, but like, is that not weird? Is that not weird to like keep asking me about Dom, about this man that's not my husband? Like, why does everybody keep coming to me about that and not to Leo or to, I don't know. I guess Dom ain't got no friends except Sarah. But still, like, keep me out of it. Okay, here's Leo. Leo got a picture message. Y'all, what this mean? Does this mean he on his way home or what? I don't know what this means. All right, here's the BFF chat. I said, I can't believe Mrs. F just texted me. She wants to talk about Dom because Kat's called her upset about canceling their plans. Siv said, F. And Baz said, OMG, why she want to talk to you? What if she knows he's cheating? I said, there's no way she could know. And if she did, she's the type of person who wouldn't beat around the bush. She'd just come out and say it. Baz said, you haven't spoken to her yet, babe. Sip said, you got to be so careful what you text back. I said, I'm going to work it out now with Dom before I message her. And Sip said, good luck. I said, we decided I should text her back now because if I wait, it could seem suspicious. I'm going to be casual and concerned. Then first thing tomorrow, Dom will call Kat and put her mind at ease. Sip said, that sounds like a sensible plan, babe. I said, I just can't believe this is happening. All we wanted to do is be alone for one night and commit adultery. What is it with these people? Baz said, why don't you turn your phone off as soon as you've spoken to Mrs. F? Forget about it and enjoy the time you have together. And I said, good idea. Thanks, guys. Okay. I feel like that plan gonna blow up, but okay. Okay, here's Mama Fitz. I said, hi, Jane. I was sleeping. I'm so sorry I missed you. She said, no need to apologize, love. I shouldn't have just called around without warning you. I'm just feeling very anxious. Right. Don't show up at my house unannounced. Don't do that. I said, about Dom. She said, yes, love. Can I call you? I said, I'm sorry, Jane, but it'll wake the children up. She said, of course, dear. Well, as I said, Kat called me. I said, okay. Well, that's quite inappropriate, bringing you into her and Dom's relationship. Mom said, I don't think so. I appreciate how much she cares and wants my advice. Why would you think that's a bad thing? I said, I don't think it's a bad thing, just that she needs to speak to Dom first. And she said, this is the problem. He's gone AWOL for the night. I said, oh. And she said, yes, they were meant to be having dinner and he made an excuse about not feeling well. I didn't say this to Kat, but my mother's intuition is saying he's straying again. I said, that's jumping the gun a bit, Jane. If he's sick, he's sick. And she said, but this is what he's done in the past to girlfriends. I said, that's in the past. And she said, maybe you're right. I mean, they seem so close and he's stressing about finding more work. I said, exactly. It's no wonder he needs a night to himself. And she said, thanks, Sarah. That's put my mind at ease. Did it? That didn't put my mind at ease. But okay. And I know the real truth. So, yeah, we got an unknown message here. And I don't think I got no more chat keys. Hold on. Nope. I do not. Hold on. We're going to unlock this. Okay. Unknown said, I know. I think you should watch this. Watch what? I know it ain't no video of me and Dom. Somebody has the tea on me. Who is this? Who is this? All I was trying to do was just commit adultery in peace. And here goes somebody recording me. What is going on? What's happening? All right, y'all, we gonna end it right here. That's the end of today, right? And I just... Who is this recording me and sending me the tea? Because they gonna blackmail me. Somebody might be blackmailing me. Good look, y'all. All I'm trying to do is just go out on a date with my boyfriend. I know I got a husband. I know I do, but he trash. I just wanted to go on a date with my boyfriend. And I can't even do that. I can't even... These people just won't let me cheat in peace. It's crazy. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. This is a roller coaster. I swear. This is a roller coaster. Whoever recommended this game to me. Woof. I appreciate you because I am here for the mess. Do you hear me? I'm here for the mess. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you next time. Bye.